I'd say Snakes on a Plane because it's weird, messed up, and kind of could happen in a way.
My favourite thriller film is The Machinist, as it asks lots of questions at the start, and one in particular, who are you? This shows sort of mental decay of the main character.
Thrillers aren't my first choice of film. I'm not a big fan of the genre.
A action thriller, because a lot more seems to happen in action thriller that keeps people entertained. A good example would probably be James Bond. That seems to grab people's attention.
Red, black.
I associate the thriller genre with the blacks and greys, as it gives off connotations of death and mystery.
Black and grey, the occasional red.
Darkish, maybe a bit red.
Little noise because you're the one making the noise. Like if you come around a corner and in the film and you just jump or start screaming.
I associate it with little noise as it adds an isolation effect.
Little noise to build suspense and make it tense.
Lots of noise. There's always got to be something happening.
I think if you start with the end, you're kind of setting yourself up, so you know what's going on, but yet you still find it scary.
I prefer the narrative to begin in the middle, as it sort of adds an air of confusion to the piece.
The beginning, because then you get a part of the story and it makes you intrigued by what's going to happen.
The beginning, because films that show the ending at the beginning kind of ruin it for me, and I prefer to see it as it happens.
Impactful, definitely. Just puts you on edge.
A calm opening leading up to something intense. It allows you to build tension and suspense throughout the piece.
Leading up to something intense can make it very sort of creepy, but something impactful make you be on edge for the rest of the film.
Impactful opening has always got something that grabs the audience's attention straight away.
Single, but make it seem as there are multiple protagonists, because then you've got a bit more of a twist to the story. You know that they're not, the character doesn't.
I prefer single protagonists as it allows you to create a sense of isolation and loneliness.
If there's just one protagonist, it makes it feel more creepy because they're alone.
I'll say single.
Multiple because it's more exciting.
I prefer multiple antagonists. It shows a clear sort of outnumbered effect between the protagonist and the antagonist.
I think multiple antagonists compared to the protagonist would be quite interesting.
Multiple makes the bad guy seem more powerful.
Not particularly, because I find it too psychological. I don't really like that sort of thing. Confusing.
I'd definitely say that they were some of my preferred favourite films, especially Limitless and Looper, as just the feel of the film and the questions that are asked in the viewers' minds.
No, I prefer comedy.
Yes and no. It's probably a mix of both action and thriller, or both together.
Violence,
Yeah.
crime,
Yeah.
drugs,
Make it entertaining.
death,
Yeah,
chase.
definitely.
I feel that crime and drugs are two of the best sort of key themes for the extract.
Death always makes thrillers good. There's a high impact with them. There tends to be a lot of drugs in thrillers, so that would be quite interesting.
Violence, chase, all the mature kind of things, yes.
It depends what the film's about, really. But mainly, probably a good graphic.
For a thriller, I prefer the more suggested death and violence as opposed to graphic.
Probably suggestive, because it leaves it to the imagination and you can make it creepier than what is shown.
I'd say graphic. If the death suggested, it's not really that good. If it's a graphic death, there's probably more something leading to it, makes it look better.